Good morning, friends. This is Mr. Fulsang, and we are going to be working on our adventure education stuff. I hope everybody's had a good start to their summer and enjoying some outdoor time. It's been really nice out, and the sun's been shining, and we actually took a little family trip up just north of Brainerd, and we're on West Fox Lake, and we're on a place called Edgewild Resort. Okay, so it's a little cabin resort, and there's lots of little cabins. So I'll show you ours in a minute, and then I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to fishing off a dock. There's lots of docks on the Mississippi River. There's places where you can unload a boat, but we need to figure out how to catch little fish from a dock. Okay, so I'm going to quick show you my little cabin and show you around a minute. So here's our cabins. And you can see all the life jackets hanging there because you always want to wear a life jacket. Alright, we're going to go for a little walk. And I'm going to show you some of the cool trees that are here. There's some really big pine trees and spruce trees. Something a little bit different than where we live down by Stoddard. Okay, so here we go. So here's some big pine and spruce trees. There's West Fox Lake. So here's the dock. So before you go out on the dock, you need to make sure that you're wearing that life jacket. And I did a few things this morning before I can get my body out on the dock. I made sure I had a good breakfast and I drank some water, because those are important things when you're going on an adventure. Alright, here we go. We're going to take a little walk to the boat. Alright, here's my friend Riker. He's down on the dock fishing with his rig. Riker, can you tell us a little bit about what you got going on here?
So I have a worm on a hook, and I haven't and you have to have a sinker so then it doesn't float away in the wind here. But in the river it's the current. Here in the lakes, there's no current. So it doesn't really matter. You have to have a sinker because of the wind. The wind kind of shifts the water, and the water will shift the worm. So,
How come you're not having a bobber today?
well, because usually the bluegill would be right here on the other dock. Usually you would just put your pole in the water and they would come up and snap it. I'm trying to get deeper. I'm not trying to just stay like that. I'm trying to get deeper. The wind's kind of blocking it, and it's moving it, and it moves it towards that, and it like kind of slowly.
Cool. Well, Riker's going to catch a fish. I'm going to show you how to rig up your fishing pole, and I'll show you his pole. His is a little different. His is actually a spinning rod. So it's got a handle and a flip. This is called a spinning rod. So I'm going to show you a couple different poles so that you know the difference between the poles. Okay? Alright, here we go. I'll quick show you some fish that the neighbors caught. And I'll just give you a quick show of what there's in their basket. So, lots of nice bluegill. So those are called bluegill, and those are really good fish to catch from the dock.
What? We made it!
Alright, I'm going to take you on the boat.
No.
So if you notice on our boat, there's a couple different things. In the front, there's something called the trolling motor. I'll show you that again. And a trolling motor is nice because it takes you around the lake without turning on the big motor. So here's our big motor. And a motor has a lot of different things. It's got a prop on it. The prop pushes the water, and the motor spins the prop. And then, right here you got your handle so you can drive the motor. And then one thing that's really nice on a boat, if you can have one, but you might not always have one, is something called a depth finder. It shows you where the different places are that fish can hide, and it shows you how deep the water is. So I'll show you mine quick after it gets started. And a depth finder is kind of nice on a lake because sometimes there's places like little islands out on the lake that are hard to find.
Actually, islands that are like in the water where you can see the bottom. And we met a guy that has a bass boat.
Okay, so here we're going to show you a few different baits that you could use if you were in a boat or maybe on the shore that you could cast from. Okay, so something that the bass, because I like bass fish, something the bass like to eat a lot are these frogs. Okay, and it really looks like a frog, and this one's kind of cool because it's got a little paddle on the back, so the paddle helps it move in the water. It makes a little splashing so that they think that the frog is moving, and then they try to get it. Alright, another one that I like is called a swim jig, and it acts like a little fish in the water. So when it's swimming, so here's the swim jig. See how it has a little eye that represents a fish's eye? It has a little, and it swims like this down in the water, and then it even has a tail, and the tail keeps it in the water. Okay, there's a bait. And here's another swim jig. This one's a little different tail. It's got a blue eye, a red eye, and a blue around it. And it's got a little tail too, so it swims like this in the water, and it's a nice action that the fish like to bite, mostly bass and northern. Okay, alright, let's show you. I'm going to show you. Kyson's going to help me tape. I'm going to show you how to set up your fishing pole for dock fishing. Okay, so I have one ready, and we're going to tie it up. So Kai, you're going to hold the camera. Alright, here we go. Can you see me, Kai?
No.
No? Oh, turn your camera up. Nope. Oh, are you looking at yourself?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's silly. Just hold it like this. Hold it right there for me. There we go. Well, you got a picture of Kai. Right there. Okay. Here we go. Here's my string. And this is just a regular mono string. Okay, it's got a little stretch to it because when you catch those fish, sometimes they pull and jerk, and it's got a little stretch to it so that they can do that and pull it, and you can bring them in the boat. Okay, this is just a regular fishing rod. I bet you've seen one of these before. Okay, it's got a little crank on the side. It's got a little thing right here for your drag so that when the fish pulls, it won't break your line. It can actually pull it out, and you can fight that fish a little bit. So this gives you a little drag, and then this is how you reel your pole in. Okay, so here's my string. Okay, here's my string. I'm going to take my string right at the end. I got my little hook when you're fishing for a little bluegill or a little fish, you want a little hook, okay? That's easier for them to get it hooked on their lip. I'm going to stick this one through. I'll pull it around. I'm going to get about 2 inches up. And I'm just going to twist. I know that you guys are really good at twisting. Twist, 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 twist. I'm going to do that 4 or 5 times. Then I'm going to take the end. Alright, baby, I'll help you in a minute. Take the end. I'm going to stick it through that hole. See the hole by my end of my hook? I'm going to stick it through that hole. I'm going to come around. And I'm going to stick it back through the other hole. Okay. Stick it back through the other hole.
I have a fish.
Alright.
We're showing.
Let's try that again. Watch again. Ready? And take that string. Nope. Take that string. I'm going to stick it through.
Nice. Big bluegill. Bluegill. Dad, look.
Alright, just a minute. I get this tied.
And Riker just caught a fish.
Tummy. Alright, here we go. It's kind of windy out today, so it makes it trickier. So sometimes people get their stuff ready inside so that it's a little easier to do. I'm going to pull that string through and look, it's making a knot. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to pull it, 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 pull. Oh, 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 see it sliding? Almost there. Slide through it. Now it's a nice twisted knot. I'm not just tying it like my shoe. I made a twist knot. I'm going to push it back down. Okay, now I'm really tight. Now, Riker talked about a sinker. Okay, you got to take your sinker and you can squeeze it on with the pliers, or you can just give it a little bite. Don't break those teeth, okay? Alright, now Kai's going to keep it on me. Kai's going to keep it on me. Now I'm ready to go. If you want, you can put a bobber on. Let me show you a couple different bobbers. This one's kind of a slip bobber. It moves up and down the line. I like this one. It's more of a fixed bobber. It's more of a fixed bobber, and if you push it, look, there's a little hook on it. And you just take that little hook, and you hook it to the string. And now I'm ready to go. Okay? I got my bobber, my sinker, and my hook. You can catch a lot of fish on a bobber, a sinker, and a hook.
I like
Okay?
that one because it goes up.
So here's your hook. All you need to do is stick your worm on.
What about this?
You can slide it up if you want.
No, I don't like that.
Alright, I'm going to show you. Here's our worms. There's our worms. You just need a little piece of worm, okay? You just need a little piece of worm. And Riker's going to share quick. He's been on the dock with his spinning rod, and he caught, I'll let him talk for a minute.
Caught a nice bluegill. It's not big to keep, but it's a nice big bluegill. There's no catfish in the lake. There's no catfish in the lake, so you can't put this on the bottom. It's too shallow. There's a bunch of spots that kind of rise up, and you can see the bottom. Catfish were here, they wouldn't have enough deep water to hide in. Daddy!
Alright, that was a little longer than I wanted, but I hope you learned something new. We talked a little bit about boats. We talked about fishing. We talked about how to set up your hook and sinker and bobber. And we kind of showed you how to catch those bluegill. Okay, bluegill is a fun fish to catch because there's a lot of them. And you really want to catch a couple of them to make a little meal out of it. So they're really tasty fish. And if you catch a couple, they're really good to eat. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the first day of adventure. Your job or your activity today is find out where I am. Okay, so you're going to go on a map. You could Google it. You could find a way. I'm going to show you how to spell it. Hopefully you can see this. So it's called Edgewild Resort, Edgewild, Edgewild Resort, and you need to look up the resort and find out where am I. Okay, so I've been here since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so I spent 4 days here. You probably won't see this video till Monday, so I'll be back home then. But you look up where I was, and then I want you to comment on a place that you have been that you took an adventure to. Okay, so you're going to write me a little note, tell me where you've been. Then maybe I can look up where you went. All right, have a great Monday. Take care.